My role in this project was we make the coordination of the project together with the EFIA, the European Pharmaceutical Industry, and together with the European community in the HEMI2 project from the beginning. The idea was to get a project in which we can cooperate together as a hematologist, as academia, as industry, and as other stakeholders, including also regulatory and policymaker, to get an ideal approaches in personalized medicine of hematological malignancies together, in order to get a response to our citizens that get this kind of a disease. So that was the original project. Yeah, the WUPI5 will be focused on getting ideal modeling of the omics data, the big data we are collecting from our consortium, to make possible the connection between the clinical data, which are sometimes quite simple, to the very complicated data that come from so-called omics, so that from genomic DNA or RNA sequencing, thousands and thousands of data coming from each patient, which could be very difficult sometimes to put together with the clinical data. We would like to understand how is the genome level important for stratification of the patient to different treatment and to prognostication of the disease. Absolutely, that's correct. We would like to be able to cooperate with other WUPI in this Harmony project, which is an European EMI2 supported project. But the idea was more ambitious, probably in the beginning, to be able to find a new model, new way to select good and right therapy for right patients in the right moment, which is probably the essential of the personalized medicine. A lot of pharmaceutical companies are developing new very interesting drugs, but we don't know how efficacy will be these drugs, how toxic will be drugs for our patients. So the idea to find a biomarkers based assay in which we can stratify better the therapy of our patient will be very interesting, not only to avoid toxicity, but to improve the window, the therapeutic window in the majority of the patients. We believe that the hematology models is currently probably the more sophisticated model to stratify the patient, to personalize the therapy. You know that the cancer is more important, the other solid tumors are more important for numerosity and for frequency than the hematological. But we get an advantage, we get a clear and rapid access to the bone marrow and to the blood, which is the source of our study. So we can do better than others probably to stratify the patient in a short time and to be able to make application of our research to the clinical development. And so to coming back to our patients in a short time to give new drugs and new approaches in a short time. So I'm totally confident that we can back in 2-3 years in the majority of our patients with hematological malignancy with new treatment, more sophisticated, more appropriate for them. This is also important not only for patients, it's also important for society. The cost of the drugs, the cost of the treatment will be very, very important for our patients, and identification of the good drugs for our patients will be probably important for sustainability of our health system in different countries in Europe, which is the aim also, another aim of this project. So we are very comfortable and very, very, very interested to try to do our best to coming back to our patients in a short time.